I don't know if I should have thought this through more. I don't really know what I'm gonna say or what I want to talk about. I'm just planning to I'm just planning to yap. This is gonna be my first yap session, and we'll see what comes out. And if things need to be refined, then so be it. And we'll just see what the vibe is, because I'm not entirely sure what the vibe is yet. I think what this is going to be is kind of a personality dump, and like just talking about what's been on my mind, recent themes and lessons that I have been thinking about consistently, and like I don't know what my life has been encompassing. I think one of the biggest lessons for me recently has been, well, it's several things. And I don't know if I'm going to get into all of them for this first video, but I have been developing a healthier relationship with fear. I don't see fear as this thing that I need to run away from anymore. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I'm trying to become friends with my fear, and I'm trying to understand why I am fearful of the things that I am fearful of. Because the only two things that us as humans are biologically wired to be scared of are heights and loud noises. Everything else that we have fears about, fear of public speaking, fear of abandonment, I don't know, all of these things, they are built off of social things that we have learned socially, and things that I guess come from relationships and come from past traumas, and they're not really things that we need to be afraid of. So when that fear is there, I think it's more beneficial. I don't think we should be hating on it. I don't think we should be like casting it away. I was actually really fearful to do this for the longest time. Like I do remember when I first wanted to explore not specifically podcasting, but just like speaking my mind. That is something I've been wanting to do for forever, but it actually became a encapsulated idea, I think, in college. I think a few friends of mine, we were just like, I don't know, just chatting, and we decided we wanted to make a podcast, which never happened, which was fine. It wasn't meant to be. But having that vision of like speaking in a microphone, saying what it is I feel, it brought so much joy within me, like deep in my heart. It made me want to become more expansive. I have been on this journey of becoming more expansive, and I think the last step, at least for now, the healing journey is forever, although I do think it comes in layers. I think me deciding to face this fear of speaking and letting other people see it is the last thing I need to do to move on to this next chapter of my life. And it's like, this is the last fear I have to overcome to see the beautiful view of the mountain I've been climbing for so long. And that's really exciting, but also really scary, Because what happens when I get there? What happens when I see the view? I know there's more to do, I know there's more to explore, but it's so uncertain. I have no idea what is going to come out of this. I have no idea how this is going to be perceived. Like, I don't know if I'm going to make a fool out of myself. I think that's part of the plan, is to be a novice and mess up and fall on my face and keep going anyways. I think something else that happens with fear, at least for me, what has been happening recently is that I am getting so sick and tired of being scared of the same things. I am so sick and tired of being scared of things and making it my identity. Like, I don't want things or experiences or any thoughts to box me in if that's not who I want to be. If there is something that I am resisting, or if there is something that I am hesitant towards, I want my identity to be the person who overcomes that. And it takes a lot of work. It's taken a lot to get here. I was so shy and quiet and scared growing up. Like, I don't know, I just think I had this inherent fear of what will happen if people see who I actually am. Or what will people think if I say what I actually want to say. I think for a long time I was just trying to keep the peace. Or I don't know, I was a people pleaser. I was just trying to please everyone and make everything satiable and make things comfortable for the people around me. But in the midst of that, I was so uncomfortable myself, because I was putting myself in uncomfortable situations because I was too afraid to speak up. And at first I had to unlearn that I was taught, maybe not consciously, but unconsciously, I was taught by those around me, or by society, or just by the norms of being a sweet little girl, that you can't speak up. So first I had to acknowledge that, and then I had to deconstruct this mentality of, I'm not gonna get in trouble if I say what I think. It's safe to say the things that I want to say. I think that specific chunk of it took a long time to unlearn. It took several years to unlearn and to transfer my identity away from quietness and more into being an extroverted person. I think I'm still introverted. I think at the end of the day, I do like to come home and be by myself and not have that time to not communicate with anyone and just like recenter within my own energy. But throughout the years, I've realized I really love people and I really love talking. I love to giggle. I love to be the life of the party. I love to dance. I love to just be a light and be exuberant. It makes me feel so alive. And pause. And I realized, okay, I was conditioned to be comfortable in this quiet energy, this shyness. But actually, what I want to do is be loud and bold and crazy and polarizing. I want to be polarizing. I want people to either love me and support me through and through and be loyal. And if that's not what you can do, sorry. Sorry, I'm not settling my standards for you. I'm not settling this life that I am committed to living for your discomfort. Because the thing is, I realized I was trying to make uncomfortable people comfortable because I was uncomfortable with myself. I was restricting parts of myself because I was too afraid to show them. And instead of going within, and instead of healing those parts that brought me discomfort, or not even healing those parts, but just like letting them be expressed without shame, without guilt, I made it my duty to make those around me feel more lighthearted, feel more comfortable within themselves. I was projecting that wound within myself. But that also doesn't help them, because it keeps them in a state where they don't have to come to the awareness of like, oh, my duty as a human being in this body is to acknowledge these discomforts, acknowledge these fears, and work through them so that I can be a more loving, a more caring, a more beneficial person in my community, a more loving person towards myself. And now I'm at a stage where maintaining myself in this level of self-love is number one. And that's untouchable. That's unchangeable. And I guess that's what this podcast is about, is showing the journey, or I guess showing the end goal of this journey I have committed myself to for quite a while now, of what it means to me to express my self-love unconditionally, to express my authenticity unconditionally, to be the version of myself that I see in my head, the unobtainable version that the more you commit to actually becomes reality. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what else I have to say. I think there's a lot in here. I think there's a lot in this little soul that she wants to get some things out. She wants to get some things off her chest. She wants to, I don't know, do what she can for the world. Make her creations, do her thing, live in love, live in abundance, and this energy of being carefree and feminine. I think that's all I'm meant here to do, just to be happy and free and say what I want to say and have fun. So, period.